It was a perfect winter morning. Clear skies, calm winds. Flight 401 pushed back from the gate right on schedule. 163 souls aboard. Miami to New York. A routine flight, the kind pilots fly 1,000 times without a second thought. Captain Bob Loft had over 30,000 flight hours. First Officer Albert Stockstill was sharp, focused, experienced. Flight Engineer Don Repo sat behind them, monitoring every gauge, every reading. 3 professionals, one state-of-the-art Lockheed L-1011. Nothing suggested this December night in 1972 would be anything other than ordinary. The aircraft climbed smoothly into the darkness. Passengers settled in. Flight attendants began their service. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. Until it wasn't. As they began their approach into Miami International, the crew lowered the landing gear. 3 green lights should have appeared on the instrument panel. 3 confirmations that the nose gear, left gear, and right gear were locked in position. But only 2 lights turned green. The nose gear indicator stayed dark. Captain Loft frowned. He recycled the gear, up, then down again. Still no green light. The cockpit grew tense. Was the gear actually down and locked? Or was it just a faulty bulb? A $2 light bulb. That's all it might be. Air traffic control cleared them to climb and circle over the dark Everglades while they investigated. The crew became absorbed in the problem. They removed the light assembly, trying to replace the bulb. Their attention narrowed, focused entirely on that one small malfunction. No one noticed the autopilot had been accidentally disengaged. The plane began a slow, gradual descent, so gentle that the instruments barely registered it, so subtle that the crew, fixated on the landing gear, didn't feel it. The altimeter unwound. 2,000 feet, 1,500, 1,000. The flight engineer glanced at his panel. Something felt wrong. He looked at the altitude. His stomach dropped. "We did something to the altitude," he said. Captain Loft looked up. Confusion flashed across his face, then horror. "What?" Before anyone could react, the ground proximity warning system blared. A mechanical voice filled the cockpit. "Pull up, pull up." But there was no time. The Everglades rose up to meet them. Black water, sawgrass, no runway, no lights, just wilderness. The massive aircraft struck the swamp at over 200 miles per hour. The impact tore through the fuselage. Metal screamed. The cabin disintegrated. Seats ripped from their mounts. Bodies were thrown into the darkness. In an instant, it was over. The tail section remained largely intact. Some passengers, still strapped in their seats, found themselves waist-deep in warm swamp water, surrounded by silence and wreckage. Others weren't so fortunate. 77 people survived, but 94 did not. Rescue teams waded through the Everglades for hours. Helicopters circled overhead, searchlights cutting through the night. The scene was chaos. Passengers called out from the darkness, the injured, the dying, the desperate. Investigators would later piece together what happened. The crew had become so focused on a minor indicator light that they lost situational awareness. The autopilot had been partially disconnected during their troubleshooting. The plane had descended slowly, steadily, while all 3 experienced pilots worked on a problem that turned out to be nothing more than a burned-out bulb. The nose gear had been down and locked the entire time. They died solving a problem that didn't exist. Flight 401 changed aviation forever. The crash led to the development of ground proximity warning systems that are now standard on every commercial aircraft. It led to cockpit resource management training, teaching crews to maintain awareness even during distractions. It forced the industry to confront a harsh truth. Even the best pilots are human, and humans make mistakes. But for the families of the 94 who didn't come home that night, no safety improvement could undo what was lost. Mothers, fathers, children, gone because 3 professionals stopped flying the plane. In the final seconds, as the swamp rushed up to meet them, Captain Loft must have understood. He must have realized what they'd done, what they'd missed. But by then, there was nothing left to do but wait for the impact. The black box recorded everything: the confusion, the alarm, the final frantic moments, and then nothing but the sound of metal tearing apart in the darkness. Today, if you fly into Miami at night, you pass over the same stretch of Everglades, dark, flat, endless. The wreckage is long gone. The swamp has reclaimed its territory. But somewhere down there, beneath the black water and sawgrass, pieces of Flight 401 still remain. A reminder that sometimes the deadliest threat isn't the one you're looking for. It's the one you stop watching for.